Now, real quick, we're gonna talk about how the black woman was created, especially the American black woman was created to serve they zaddy or the so-called white man. See, this is what people don't understand. People get in their feelings, but your feelings ain't gonna supersede logic, reason, and understanding because these women was created to serve the white man. And why do I say this? Because you got to know who these women are. See, these women are they can sing better than any other women in the world. They look better than any other women in the world. See, they can work harder than any other women in the world. They can fight and beat any woman in the world. See, these are the best of the best when it comes to women. You see, they taking the DNA, storing the DNA for decades. They mimicking what these women display and offer to the world. The big hips, the big lips. See, but this was all given to the so-called white man. That's reality. This is not fantasy. It was given to him. But why was it given to him? And who gave it to him? See, there's only one entity that can give the so-called white man the black woman. See, it's not the black woman's choice. She didn't come up with a panel of women and say, we gonna go serve the so-called white man. She didn't come together and have a vote. See, she didn't come together and have some kind of rally and say, we all gonna go serve the so-called white man. See, they came over here on slave ships and hit the cotton field, hit the sugar cane field, hit the tobacco field, and any other kind of field, went into the big house, and they were serving the so-called white man. Did it ever stop? See, that'll make the thing so plain to these Negroes. Did it ever stop? Did they leave out of the so-called white man's house and stop serving him? No, they didn't leave out of his house. See, they stayed in his house. What he got in the movie called The Help. See, after Reconstruction and all of this, they was in the house being the help to the so-called white man. They left the so-called black neighborhood or the Hispanic neighborhood, and they went to serve the so-called white man. They left the Hispanic countries, and they went to go serve the so-called white man. This is certified fact. Who gave him this? See, why did he get this? Did the so-called black men say, well, we want our women to go serve the so-called white men? The black men didn't come up with a vote. They didn't come up with some kind of rally and say, we gonna all make a decision to send our women to go serve the so-called white man. See, he got all the money. Women, y'all need to go serve the so-called white man. Y'all need to love y'all slave master. See, people are so simple, but let's see what makes the simple wise. We're going to go into this law. See, Psalms 19, written by King David, a song of King David. Okay, look at verse 7. It say the law of the Lord is perfect. See, the law is this whole Bible. It's all the collections of writings that the Israelites wrote down. This is the law of the Lord. You're going to see thus says the Lord all the way through there. The Lord said this. He told me to tell you this. And it's perfect. See, converting the soul, making you come up out of whatever you thinking you know. You going to know the truth. You going to know a perfect truth. It say the testimony of the Lord is sure. See, it's going to be 100% true. You look into the world and you're going to see it's happening for a fact. Say, making wise the simple. See, if you simple-minded and you thinking folk just got a job and slavery never happened, see, if you thinking folk just got a career and slavery and the slave ships never happened, you will be wise to look into this law and see that this was a fact. This testimony that the Lord gave the Israelites happened. And it's happening now as we speak. So let's go into, let's get Deuteronomy. Now he told these Israelites, he told them straight up, verse 15, if you don't obey me, I'm going to put some curses on your behind, some punishments. Your behind going to get punished. Verse 16, cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. You're going to be being punished in the city. You're going to be being punished in the field. Whatever work, job you got to do is going to be punished. Verse 17, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Whatever you storing up is going to be cursed. You ain't going to be able to store up nothing. So you're going to have to go right back in that field and you're going to have to work for massa. You ain't going to be able to start your own business because you're going to have to go work for massa. The whole focus is going to be serving the so-called white man, the slave master. So when you go to verse 30, what did he say? You shall betroth a wife, talking about the man. See, the Israelite man. You shall betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, and you shall not dwell therein. You shall plant a vineyard, and you shall not gather the grapes thereof. So you going to get a woman. You're going to be able to get a woman, but that woman ain't going to be your woman. She going to be serving the so-called white man. See, she ain't going to be serving your behind. She is not going to be submissive to you. She going to serve the so-called white man. Let's get another one. 54. Let's get to the woman. We can get, let me just get 56. It say the tender, delicate woman among you. See, these black women in America, these Hispanic women down in South America and America, say the tender and delicate women among you which would not venture to set the sole of her feet upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. This is how they supposed to be operating. Her eye shall be evil towards your black behind, your Hispanic behind. See, your woman gon' not like your behind because you don't the enemy, the so-called white. You serving the so-called white man. How about the black girl say, we don't supposed to be submissive to you. You're submissive to the so-called white man. You got to work. You serving him for one of all things. You serving the so-called white man. I'm gonna serve the so-called white man. Shoot, I'm not finna worry about what you talking about. I'm gonna serve you. See, it say her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. See, daughter sometimes get kicked out the house at 14 because she want to be grown. See, the son don't need to be in the house with this woman by himself. And the husband done hit the road. Baby daddy. See, fatherless homes. This is happening right now. Let me get that Amos. What else he told the nation of Israel? It says, therefore thus says the Lord. See, not some funky man scratching his behind. Thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and your sons and daughters shall fall by the sword. But let's focus in on this harlot in the city. See, prophesy. Well, look at the first. What did it say of him? In verse 15, it said, and the Lord took me, and I followed the flock, and the Lord said unto me, go prophesy unto my people Israel. See, he talking about everybody, all the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans. See, your wife gonna be a harlot in the city, because y'all gonna have to be serving the so-called white man through the Greek captivity, through the Roman captivity, through the British captivity, and through the American captivity. See, you gonna have to serve the so-called white man. And she gonna be a harlot in the city because you ain't gonna have no kind of structure. And you ain't gonna be following these laws that gave Moses on the mountain. See, this is why the situation is going down. They got to serve the so-called white man. Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 48. It say, thou shalt serve your enemies which the Lord shall send against you in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. See, women got to go serve the so-called white man, with or without you. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck until he have destroyed you. They destroyed mentally. See, let's get that Isaiah. See, these women are destroyed mentally because they have to go serve their slave master. What is it? 3:12. They say, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead you cause you to error, and destroy the way of your path. See, he gonna put a yoke of iron around your neck, and you gonna be destroyed because you're not a woman serving the so-called white man, and this man is done got robbed. They done bust in his door, kicked the door down, and robbed him of any kind of way to support his women and children, and to get respect as a man, and to live as a man who can support, provide, and protect. He can't provide and protect. So now you got the women having children, and she's still serving the so-called white man, and she gonna destroy everything in her path, just like that horse that they train, that horse that they break in. See, they get the female horse. The male horse ain't on the scene. They kick him off the scene. The female horse, they break her behind, and then she makes sure every last horse that she have, she gonna break that darn baby horse that come up out of her. See, that's why Psalm 63, 64, it said that every last one of these red dragons, minds are deep. See, they thinking deep. We gonna, just how we do the animals, we gonna do to these freaking black women. That's why Judah got it the worst. That's why the so-called black woman got it the worst. See, because they knew this Judah, we got to put it on her behind. She got the greatest skills and abilities and gifts. So we gonna put it on her behind and destroy her. She gonna spread it out to the rest of them. See, the black woman, she give it to the Hispanic woman, get to acting like the black woman. See, singing her songs, mimicking her moves. That's another one that goes into Genesis 49. That Judah is going to be praised by all his brethren. See, everybody want to put a hat to the back and sag the pants, or wild thong and wild stinking clothes, and do what the so-called black woman doing. See, this is not happening by accident. This is not happening because people just greedy and want money. This is not happening because people just crazy. The Lord caused this to happen. This is a punishment to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. they got to serve their slave master, the so-called white man, and ain't nothing they can do about it. See, you ain't gonna come up with some kind of podcast that's gonna stop the punishment of these Negroes. See, only the prophets is gonna be able to get on uh the what you call it, this online operation and send this message throughout the world. That's gonna stop it, because it's gonna wake up the elect of the nation of Israel, who is gonna take over this world and rule with a rod of iron and put the so-called white man and the white woman into slavery, and they're gonna have to serve us. See, but right now, you Negroes got to serve the so-called white man, and that's why you was created. Oh, that's the main part I want to get. Why was you created? Because this man had a promise that was promised to him. Let's get the promise. It say Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father said unto him, Behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. He gonna be the richest man on the block. He got $1 trillion. He own all the bank. His face on the money. And of the dew of heaven from above, he gonna run the government certified. Verse 40, and by your sword you shall live. He got the military, he got the police, he got the hitman squad, he got the mercenaries. See, he making all the guns, the bombs, the tanks, the battleship, the planes, the rockets. See, he got all this. He living with this power. And you shall serve your brother, but his end of that, he gonna be a slave. And it shall come to pass when you have the dominion, meaning he got the rulership right now. He ruling, and you gonna have to go serve him. That's why the majority of Negroes, they got a job, they in the military, serving this dragon's rulership. That you shall break the yoke from off your neck. So he gonna break the so-called black man yoke off his neck. The so-called blacks and Hispanics is not gonna have no power over to tell the white man what to do. See, the yoke gonna be on their neck. He gonna be telling they behind what to do, and they women gonna be serving him. See, this is the blessing that was given to him. And ain't nothing, no podcast, and none of these people running their mouth gonna be able to do about it. You just gonna have to deal with it until the time is up. And the time is getting up. That's why this truth is coming out. See, that's why the truth is spreading all around the world. And that's why the devil is coming down with great wrath to try to bring his new world order to try to stop the prophecy. But it ain't gonna happen, and he gonna end up in chains. But yeah, these Negroes don't know that these women was created for this mess, and then you ain't gonna wake too many of them up. Most of them gonna stay in serving the so-called white man until they get burnt with nuclear fire, because they walking charcoal right now. Because a lot of them, they love to do it and they want to do it, and they don't want to change. They want to keep on doing it. But I'm gonna leave it there.